I want to show you a perfect example of why I can't stand news media outlets like Slate. Now, before we get started, I'm on record many times as someone who can't stand Trump either, so please don't be like these media outlets and say I'm only criticizing them because I'm a neo-Nazi, white supremacist, MAGA hat-wearing Trump supporter. That's what these people always seem to do whenever someone criticizes them. In fact, this article is the perfect example of that. They start off saying, President Donald Trump isn't having second thoughts about launching his racist attack against Rep. Elijah Cummings. So before we go any further, let's see what this racist attack is. So sad that Elijah Cummings has been able to do so little for the people of Baltimore. Statistically, Baltimore ranks last in almost every major category. Cummings has done nothing but milk Baltimore dry, but the public is getting wise to the bad job that he is doing. Okay, what's racist about that? He didn't even mention race in his tweet. Nothing relevant to race is mentioned. It's just the results of his policy in Baltimore. So is it racist now to criticize someone's record for his district simply because he's black? Skin color means you're beyond criticism now? So Nancy Pelosi publicly called it racist, and Trump responded, Someone please explain to Nancy Pelosi, who was recently called racist by those in her own party, that there is nothing wrong with bringing out the very obvious fact that Congressman Elijah Cummings has done a very poor job for his district in the city of Baltimore. Just take a look. The facts speak far louder than words. The Democrats always play the race card, when in fact they have done so little for our nation's great African American people. Now, lowest unemployment in U.S. history, and only getting better. Elijah Cummings has failed badly. Sorry, folks, but he's right. I mean, I really hate it when you people make me defend Trump, but he's right when he says it's not racist to point out the problems in the district that a congressman represents. I'm not saying there's no way to criticize Trump's tweet. You could look at the statistics and see if he's right and point it out if he isn't. I mean, I don't really think we are at the lowest unemployment in U.S. history, at least not when the labor force participation rate is considered. But you could do that, or you could make the claim that improving Baltimore is more of a job for the city council in the state of Maryland than it is for a congressman. Those would be rational criticisms. But how on earth is it racist? So Trump then retweeted a video someone made of one of Cummings' constituents complaining about him.
He's saying that Trump is racist for calling out Representative Elijah Cummings for the way his district looks and just for pointing it out, basically. Do you agree?
Trump is not racist, not to my knowledge. I'm glad that he pointed it out. I'm glad that he put him on blast because people in West Baltimore have been putting Elijah Cummings on him on blast for years. Ever since he's been in office, he never did anything for us, like I said. If he's supposed to be from this neighborhood, like I said, supposed to be, the rats just didn't come. These houses just didn't get tore down. They've been like this. If he would take the time out to come over here and see how things are, maybe he'd be better at his job. Thank you.
Notice she's black. So is she racist? Slate doesn't seem to have any kind of response for this. So are you ready for the worst part? At the end, the Slate article says, Cummings on Saturday took the high road to Trump's racist attack and merely responded with a matter-of-fact tweet. This is after they were accusing Trump of just parroting Fox News, and people on the left never parrot each other, do they? And after this go into issues of prescription drugs and immigration, none of which have anything to do with the content of Trump's tweet. It's just put in as a tu quoque and poisoning the well fallacy. So anyway, here's Cummings' tweet, which remember is taking the high road and matter of fact. Mr. President, I go home to my district daily. Each morning I wake up and I go and fight for my neighbors. It is my constitutional duty to conduct oversight of the executive branch, but it is my moral duty to fight for my constituents. This is just meaningless talking points. He said nothing about the conditions of his district or what he hopes to do to improve it. He said nothing refuting anything Trump said in his tweet. How can it be taking the high road when it's devoid of any real content? And how can it be matter of fact when there aren't any facts? The sad thing is, All of these things are obvious to anyone who simply reads the article. They give you all the information you need to see how they're just shoveling crap. Do they just not care anymore? Do they think their readers are that gullible? Are their readers that gullible? Sadly, looking around the comments, it seems that they are. So thanks for letting me get that off my chest. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe, and always consider supporting this channel by going to donate.bogosity.tv, where you can give a one-time donation with PayPal or crypto, become a regular supporter at Patreon or Subscribestar, or support your favorite content makers while making a little change for yourself with the Airtime module or at the new bittubers.com website. Until next time, stay strong and be free.